Welcome back to the Whiskey Couch. I am Gustav.
And I am ELNA. And you are watching Whiskey Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 224.
And today we are doing Amrut, Indian whiskey. Whiskey from India. What a privilege to sit here in the southern tip of Africa and be able to drink whiskey from India. Single malt, no less.
Wonderful. Exciting.
And it is raining. It's raining in South Africa and Pretoria. Something that doesn't happen. If I look out the window, I can see the raindrops falling. It's something that we celebrate if it happens here in South Africa. So we are celebrating the rain in Pretoria with Amrut, single malt from India. Elna, you're going to tell us something about the distillery. But before you do that, in this video, we're going to do a quick review of this whiskey. We've already spent some time with it, and we made some notes, all our tasting notes. We're going to share that with you, and then we're going to do the food pairing, and then we're going to compare with Paul John and Kavalan, 3 single malts, India, Taiwan, and we're going to determine which one is our favorite.
Okay, something about the distillery. It was founded in 1948. Oh, it's not. It's
1948, so
rather young,
it is
youngish.
It is 70 years old. That is, and it says that since 1948.
And it's situated in Bangalore, India, and it's owned by the Jagdale Group.
Something interesting that I read, I think it was on the gift tube, this is it here, is that the angel share is about 15% a year.
Wow.
That is how much of the whiskey evaporates through the cask compared to the average for Scotland, which is about 3%. I don't know about 15. I think more 10%, but that's what the gift tube says. And here is the bottle. Amrut, single malt from India, and the ABV is 46%. And this whiskey is made from barley that is grown on the foot of the Himalaya mountains. Indian barley. Matured in, they don't really say, but according to some sources, ex-Bourbon and virgin New American oak casks. But the thing that I like most, it's natural color.
Okay.
Natural color and non-chill filtered. That gets points in my book.
I would say the color is old gold. Yeah, I would say more old gold.
In the lighting today, it looks bright gold, but if you hold it against a dark background,
but I think the
old gold.
The lightning plays a role. I'll say old gold.
Tell us about the nose.
Okay, let's see. Honey is the first. Something that comes to the nose first is honey, but I would say caramelized honey. Creamy. It's also a little bit creamy caramel.
And the other notes that we've made here. Pastry, fruit, toffee, oak spice, grain, molasses. But you're saying that the honey is standing out for you.
The honey is standing out for me today. But caramelized honey.
I'm getting the barley today.
But also the spices.
Honeyed barley, that's what I'm getting on the nose.
The oak spices is definitely
our taste profile. All the elements in our taste profile. I'm going to go through that. Burnt toffee, that's what we found when we spent some time with this very decent single malt from India. Creamy barley oak sweetness, that's something that is also part of the official tasting notes. Sweet vanilla, sweet fruit, honey, licorice, molasses, barley, allspice, cinnamon. Those are all the elements.
It's quite a lot of elements
that we discovered. It is quite a layered single malt. The finish, long, creamy toffee, sweet, wood tannins, bitter chocolate, and dry. Dry right at the end of the finish, and I think it's the wood tannins that's giving that dryness right at the end.
I like it.
I love the toffee, the sweet toffee, the sweet fruits, and then it just transfers into that spicy ending that leaves a little bit of a prickling on the tongue, which invites you to get another sip.
I like the sweetness.
Yeah, it's quite a
It's
decent.
not overwhelming sweet. As you say, the spices is it's coming through, but I
Yes.
like the honey. The more the honey, but goes over into more spiciness. But I like it.
So
Let's
when
see
we compiled our tasting notes, we added a few drops of water, and then it had a little bit of an effect on this dram. After we added some water, Elna, what do we have there on our tasting notes?
We said it's more creamy. It's more creamy, vanilla and spice. The spice is still there.
On the
Even
nose,
on
the spices
even
are there, yeah.
After the water.
And the creamy vanilla, the creaminess in this dram is quite prominent for me. There's a creamy sort of golden line through the whole thing.
Oh,
and on the palate,
we said it's more rounded now. I just took another sip just to make double sure, but it is more rounded.
rounded, smooth.
It's not as if it peaks in spiciness or sweetness. It's more rounded.
Yes, balanced.
Balanced, that's the word, yeah.
The honey, the sweetness, and then the spiciness. This dram does well with a few drops of water. In the previous video that we did, I wasn't sure
About the
whiskey that we did there, if you should really add water or not.
But this one with water is still...
It's very decent.
Still
I
good,
would
yeah.
recommend water with this one. So our summary, a very decent dram. That is what we found. The price in South Africa, not readily available here. It is really a battle to get hold of Amrut in South Africa. But 800 Rand, if you can get hold of it, $60 in the US, £45 in the UK. And our pairing for this is something delicious. Elna, you can read the notes while I show. We thought we should go with something Indian. So here we go.
And we went with chicken korma. That's chicken breast pieces with creamy coconut and mild masala sauce on rice.
And I think the key here is mild masala.
Yes, mild masala.
Because I do not think a very spicy masala is going to do.
No, I don't. I agree with you.
So Anna, this time, in this video, I'm first with the pairing. Pilau rice.
Oh yes, that's pilau rice.
I wonder if you pronounce it that way. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it.
But at least there's rice. Let's see.
Mouth-watering.
It's a good dish. Wow.
It pops the fruitiness.
Yeah.
It pops the fruitiness. And it pops the spiciness.
I would say the sweetness is not that prominent. It's more spicy. But as you said, it pops the spiciness, the fruitiness. Not that much sweetness now with the chicken.
For me, it brings out a little bit more sweetness. And then at the back of my tongue and on the sides, it gives it more of a spicy edge. But the creaminess blends very well with
I like that.
This is a very nice pairing.
Spiciness is more prominent for me now.
And this is the booklet that you get in the gift tube. And it shows you all the other expressions that Amrut is doing. Amrut Distillery Limited. You can see there all the other expressions in this booklet.
It's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot, I must say. And a lot of international awards
I can see.
on some of them. So, not necessarily the best of all the expressions, but there's a whole lot to discover. But now we want to compare.
Let's see.
We want to compare the Amrut. I'm going to put it there with number 1 is the Paul John.
I'll do the Paul John.
Brilliance. Paul John Brilliance, also from India, but a different part of India. So we want to see how does that compare with the Paul John and also Kavalan single malt from Taiwan. So all of them single malts. What was the ABV of the Amrut?
46.
And the Kavalan is 43. And the Paul John is also 46.
Okay. Okay.
So more or less comparable. We'll see how they do, and we're going to determine our favorite.
Lovely nose.
The Kavalan for me is a little bit more tropical. Tropical, it's also darker. And these two, we've done videos on this.
Yes.
And it's in our YouTube video channel.
I would say the Paul John is more similar.
It's very
but
similar.
It's a little
to that
bit
one.
more citrus. I think I'll get the it's more
citrus and grassy on the nose.
On the nose.
I'm getting grassy.
Yeah. You're quite right with the grassy. But definitely citrus as well.
Grassy and hay and then citrus.
But it's
have you noticed
more or
this
less
one?
similar. No, not yet. I think these two are similar.
Mm.
It's not that big of a difference in the nose as well as the taste. But okay, Kavalan. It's definitely a darker.
Mm.
The color is definitely...
And of course Kavalan has got some sherry casks in its maturation process.
No, the nose is different. Definitely
very different.
The
It's
nose
more
is
tropical.
definitely different.
I'm going to try this one on the palate. Mm.
No, definitely different.
It's very similar to our Amrut, the Paul John. What is your final conclusion between Paul John and Amrut?
I would say these two are more similar. I'll put them in the same category. But this is definitely different.
All right.
This is more, it's more a explosion of taste. The
but
Kavalan.
more citrus there.
More citrus, yeah. This
Let's see
is
what
a little bit
happens
more.
on the palate.
There's also a fruit, but chocolate. I get chocolate there. But it's as if it's not
The
that
tropical
similar.
trend here for me. The mango.
Okay, you get
The
mango.
mango and the chocolate.
And
even the coconut.
I get chocolate.
I think this will be a good pairing with our chicken korma. Actually, all three of these.
Mango. Okay.
But which one is your favorite? That is the question. Which one will be your favorite out of the three?
Okay, out of the three, let's make it a little bit easier
So we have
first.
Amrut, Paul John, Kavalan, all three single malt.
Okay, between these two, I just want to make it easier for myself. Between the Paul John and Amrut, I will say Amrut. But between the three of them, I would say the Kavalan.
So you're going with Amrut. My favorite between the three, and I think it's because of the extra sherry cask influence and the tropical.
So you also go for
note.
Kavalan.
I'm going to go for Kavalan. That is
Between
my
the three,
favorite.
I would also say Kavalan, but second, I would say
But if you have to choose between the two Indian single malts, you said?
I would go for Amrut.
Amrut is our first choice.
Yeah. Yours
That's
as
my
well?
first choice as well.
Oh, okay.
Paul John.
So we agree.
Yes,
Okay,
the grassiness here is different, and the citrus, I quite like the Amrut.
Yeah.
Now, I know that we've done videos on the Paul John Bold and the Paul John, the other one, which I can't remember, Brilliance, Bold, and Edited. And the Bold was really, really, really good, if I remember correctly. But all right, so your favorite Indian single malt, my favorite, the Kavalan. Until the next video, hope to see you there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking this video and inviting your friends. Until next time, Slanje.
Slanje.